What is up, cool cats of the interwebs? It is your girl Haley back at it again with another episode of your favorite podcast. It's the pre-review crew for June and July. Let me introduce my cast of characters. Like always, we have Brennan
Hello.
and we have Mike.
So,
Okay, kicking it off, we are going to go back to June and start off with Brennan's absolute favorite game in the world, the Smurfs Village Party. It's a party, single, and multiplayer game developed by Balio Studio and published by Microids. It came out on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S, X, and Nintendo Switch on June 6th. It doesn't have any open critic scores because not enough people reviewed it.
So I'm looking at this list and I'm seeing a 3 out of 10, a 4 out of 10, a 6 out of 10, and all I want to say is that there's no conceivable way that this game scored this low. I honest to God, I think that these reviewers were all paid off by Big Games TM to just slander the Smurf name. I think honestly, Nintendo probably put out a hit and it was like, we can't have any competitors to our Mario Party game, so the Smurfs, we're just gonna Smurf them off, you know.
especially because they recently announced a new Mario Party.
Yeah, honestly, the timing was just too convenient. I I don't agree with these scores. I think that there is a mass campaign against Smurfs right now, and if if this game scores really, if the scores are really this low, I'm just gonna go Smurf myself in the bathroom like I do every day.
Wait, so if Nintendo put out a hit, then why did they let it release on Switch?
Because they knew it would bomb commercially. It was kind of like an "I told you so," or yeah, that makes sense.
Got it, got it, got it. So, Brennan, when are you buying this game?
Oh, I already bought it. I bought it two weeks ago when it came out, and I've 100% of the game. I have every achievement. I platinumed it. I unlocked the limited edition golden Papa Smurf skin. Yeah. I reached out to one of the developers. I thanked them personally, and I wrote a handwritten letter to the CEO of Microids, and I was like, "You beautiful bastard, you struck gold again." Yeah, I just I'm really disappointed looking at these scores. I don't know if you could hear it in my voice, but I have no will to continue living on this planet because of this specifically. I would rather live on Smurf World instead, where I belong, truly, with my other Smurf people. I think I'm gonna just paint myself blue and wear a silly hat and pants that don't fit and just be a real life Smurf.
I'll join you.
Thank you. I appreciate the solidarity. It's quite nice in this trying time of just abysmal scores. Oh my goodness. Who could have ever have predicted such a downfall?
Oh, that's too funny. I
I'm gonna go paint my Smurf blade brains all over my bathroom window again.
I Oh my
I
god.
just I can't. Papa Smurf can't save me anymore. Smurfette. There's no Smurfettes where we're going, buddy. It's all downhill from here. What do I have to look forward to? What honest God, what do I have to look forward to now? This was the game. This was the game of the year. And you're telling me some guy at press start. What even is that? I don't even know. They probably nobody probably even reads that. They probably do. I just, oh God, I've lost all faith in the industry. I've lost all faith in journalism as a whole. I just, what's the point? What's the point? I'm livid. I'm absolutely livid.
Mic off. Mic on.
I think Brennan poses some great questions.
Yeah, like what's the point of continuing on knowing that they'll never make a sequel to one of the clearly best games ever made of all time? Like, I honestly, I will wait another 12 years for the Smurf Village Party 2, only to inevitably be disappointed because they probably just rehashed the original and changed some stupid shit around and then kept most of the garbage that didn't really work and jumbled that around and said, oh yeah, we fixed it, but then we didn't actually fix it. And then they resell it back to you is essentially the same game 12 years later for $60.
Just like Mario Party.
I can't. I would lose all brand recognition. No one would know who I am anymore if I jumped ship from the Smurfs Village Party to Mario Party. I've sold my soul to this franchise. The Smurf. I've got a giant body Papa Smurf body pillow sitting right there. I'm looking at him, and he's just shaking his head like, God damn it, we lost another one.
What do you do with the body pillow?
I just cuddle up to him, and one time I cut out another pillow to kind of make like an arm, so I could pretend to be the little spoon. It's probably the only attention that I've gotten from anything in the past 6 years.
Oh my God.
It's okay, Brandon. I love you.
Thanks. I don't even know if I can understand the concept of love anymore. What is love? What is love without a Smurf? I Smurf myself every night before bed. I don't know. I don't know if I can Smurf myself anymore. I don't know if I can Smurf it, dude. Just Smurf me sideways. God damn it. Take me out back and Smurf me.
Okay, we're getting off the topic of this because at this point I'm not too sure what the word Smurf actually means, and it's getting a bit scary. So we're going to move over to Drug Dealer Simulator 2. It's a simulation, open world, single and multiplayer game developed by Byte Runners and published by Movie Games SA. It came out on PC on June 20th, and it has no open critic scores at all. It doesn't even have an open critic page. Mike, this was
yeah, I'm seeing people actually enjoyed this. Some of the reviews are saying that it has its faults. But I mean, every video game has its faults.
Not Smurf Village Party though.
Except for Smurf Village Party.
It's immaculate. They can do no wrong.
Which I was kind of expecting. I was with Drug Dealer Simulator 2. I wasn't expecting Game of the Year, but I was thinking people were going to find it fun, and that's what I'm reading. Is a lot of people think it's fun. A flawed game, but just a good. If you want to just get a few hours into something,
Again, if Smurf Village Party, just absolutely destroyed any hopes and dreams I have of continuing to be a part of this industry, the mediocre, lukewarm response to Drug Dealer Simulator 2 really just put the icing on the Smurf cake. I don't even know anymore. I really just wanted to go around and sell drugs. And the reviews are saying that it's just maybe it has co-op. I don't know. There's no guns, which you would think that drug dealers probably would have guns. That seems kind of lore accurate. I wouldn't really know. Um, I can't remember if they had guns in the first game. Honestly,
I don't remember either.
yeah, no, I honestly, I didn't like the mini game in this one where you cook crystal meth. Um, I think they somehow, and I really don't know how this slipped their mind, but somehow they thought that mixing dish soap and iodine would create crystal meth. That's clearly not how you make crystal meth. Like, do I have to sit down and explain to these people how to actually make crystal meth?
How do you make crystal meth?
You well, you sure you don't do it with hand soap and iodine, that's for sure. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, Haley. Thank you. For I almost just spilled my secret recipe to Brennan's crystal meth TM. I can't.
Okay, FBI, come get this one.
Lock me up. What's the point? There's no Smurf. There's no.
Now there's no Smurfs. Brennan's resorting to a life of drugs.
And not even that will help, honestly. I turned to this game. I turned to drugs. Drug Dealer Simulator 2 to wash away the pain from Smurf Village Party. And if I've learned anything, it's just you can't just immediately turn to Drug Dealer Simulator 2 when you're having a hard time or having a bad day. It doesn't really help. Okay, it's just a self-destructive cycle that just repeats and continues, and it's a waste of money. Like, I don't know, it doesn't help anybody. There are kids out here. There are little kids playing with Drugs Dealer Simulator 2, and honestly, I think it's a really sad influence on them that these kids are playing with Drugs Simulator 2. Honestly, I think that if anyone that has a hard day and they turn to Drugs Dealer Simulator 2, I'm sorry, man. I think that you gotta take a look inward, like I did after the love of my life. Smurf Village Party was just review bombed by critics worldwide.
So the month of June was basically Brennan spiraling. First Smurf Party Village didn't do well, so then he turns to drugs, and then the next game that we're going to talk about is his trip on said drugs. We're going to talk about Elden Ring Shadow of the Erd Tree, the DLC. It's an action RPG. It's single player, developed by From Software and published by Bandai Namco. Came out on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, Series S and X on June 21st. It has a 94 top critic average with 98% of critics recommending.
Exactly what I was expecting.
Honest to God, this is probably the worst game I've ever played in my entire life.
What?
Yeah, no. I absolutely, anything that Miyazaki creates, I despise. Moving forward, I'm never touching a FromSoft game ever again.
Why?
Especially after Smurf Village Party 2 just got absolutely decimated. Like, how can this game, how could this DLC, how could this expansion that's being sold for $40 that could essentially be its own standalone game with the amount of game that they put in this DLC? Why are we celebrating that as a triumph of the industry when Smurf Village Party, right? Sorry, I can't. What?
He's so distraught he doesn't even know the name of the game anymore.
The disparity between these two are insane. Like, I don't understand. There was a quote, I think it was Vidya. Somebody was like, he was quoting Miyazaki saying, this new area that they added to the game, this new essential map or whatever, was about the size of the starting area that you start in. Okay. But when Vidya and apparently a handful of other people got their hands on an early copy, they said that it was essentially 5 of those areas just stacked on top of each other. Like, technically the landmass is the size of one, but it's stacked on top of each other. So honestly, I really despise how developers will mislead people in order to get them to buy something. I think that that's disgusting. Why would Miyazaki lie and say it's just the size of Limgrave when it's actually 5 times that size? Disgusting. I hate this man. I never want to hear him ever again. How could he possibly make something so well regarded by a community that was just expected and everyone loved it? What's the point? I don't understand.
So, do you blame Elden Ring for the Smurfs' downfall?
Honestly, yeah, I really do think that Elden Ring was such a great expansion that it just kind of really just stole the limelight of other contenders like Drug Dealer Simulator 2 and the Smurfs Village Party, and possibly its sequel that will come out in 16 years that no one will ever hear of because Elden Ring 5 will come out and another fucking $60 expansion that's just as good as the base game itself. Like, I really, oh God, this industry. Where are we going? Who's driving this ship, and why are we sinking?
I ask myself that every day.
New spells, new equipment, bosses that are allegedly, as hard or more difficult than Melania. I'd stop myself really quick there. Because I was gonna say harder than Melania, who's very hard, okay? Not as hard as me, but hard enough, okay? Jesus Christ. Like, I can't do this. Oh, I think that all of this praise is severely blown out of proportion. I don't think that this deserves its score at all. And I think that all of these points that Elden Ring got should have been siphoned off like from a milkshake straw and squirted right back at to Smurf Village Party. I'm not gonna let this go. That's the theme of this episode.
I'm fucking dying.
I can't believe this. How could Miyazaki make another masterpiece like this? I just don't understand.
How dare he?
Honestly, yeah. He didn't even. God damn it.
How dare he make something that's awesome and people should buy?
Seriously. I just. Oh. God damn it, Miyazaki. You did it again. You bastard. You did it again.
I have nothing.
The worst part is that allegedly they added another swamp level. Pretty sure we've all absolutely we've despised those forever. Why would they ever throw that back in? That that definitely doesn't add a layer of challenge to traversal or anything and make the world feel more alive and something that we all collectively shit on together to form a sense of community. Like, why would that even? I don't know. It probably didn't even add to the lore at all. Probably not. I don't know, because I didn't play it because I was too busy playing the Smurfs Village Party, to be honest. I didn't even touch this yet, so I can't even comment. But I am at 126 hours in the Smurfs Village Party. Like I said, I got the golden Papa Smurf skin. Like I said, that was really, really hard. You guys have no idea how many man hours it takes to get 3 gold stars on every mini game, and Smurfs Village Party is just probably harder than Bloodborne. Honestly, probably harder than Bloodborne. I almost broke a controller in the Smurfs Village Party.
That's insane.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, we were talking about Elden Ring. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Just call it Elden Ring Shadow of the shit tree or something.
I thought you were gonna say turd tree.
Fuck, that was. Oh, God damn it. God, Haley. I'm dying here, okay? My heart is torn into a billion pieces, and you just gotta flick some cleverly worded salt into the wound.
You're
Jesus.
welcome.
Son of a bitch.
Mike, do you have anything else to add about Elden Ring?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really play many from software games. I just don't like them. They stress me out, which I guess is the purpose. But yeah, but I have been watching people play this game or this expansion, and yeah, like I said earlier, I can see why it's getting the praise that it's getting. Some people are complaining it's too hard, but I mean, it's a From Software game. If it's not hard, then they've failed tremendously. Um, but yeah, from what I'm seeing, it looks fun. It looks like a good challenge if people are looking for that, and something that fans of who are complete masochists, can pick up.
Um, I think the only thing that I hope is that this doesn't technically qualify for Game of the Year since it is technically a DLC. I feel like that's going to open a whole new can of worms if they try to put this for Game of the Year. Um,
Oh yeah, when we do our game of the year later this year, I am not going to consider this a game of the year. Like you say,
yeah,
it's DLC. I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says. It's DLC.
yeah. Like this shouldn't be considered a game. It's DLC. It's building off of the game that is already there. Um, yeah. That's all I got. I mean, it looks hard. Everybody's like, "Oh my god." I've been watching the Rad Brad play it and oh, it looks so fucking neat. It's so cool. It's gorgeous. But I'm just like, "Yeah, no. I'm good." I would like to keep my computer and TV screens intact.
Yeah, I don't want to be snapping controllers by twisting them in my hands.
So let's kick it over to the games that are upcoming for July. We're first going to talk about The First Descendant. It's a co-op action and RPG shooter. It's developed by Nexon Games and published by Nexon. It's coming out on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series S and X on July 2nd. So I actually wanted to talk about a different game. I wanted to talk about I forget what it was called already.
More
But
Smurfs Party.
what?
Yeah, I think you wanted to talk about Smurf Village Party.
I definitely didn't want to talk about Smurf Village Party. But anyway, so I was gonna talk about a different game, but then I ended up picking this game because my friend Isaac, shout out to Isaac, was like, "Haley, we have to play this," and I went, "Boobies, yeah, we do." So I'm
Yeah,
excited.
I've been watching the trailers. I mean, people. I don't know if other people are seeing this. It looks like a mix between Destiny and Gears of War almost, with a little bit of Overwatch. I don't know. That's what I'm seeing.
It looks neat, and I'm super excited for something like this just because it is. I believe it is this free to play. I think it's free to play. Maybe not.
Let me find out.
I feel like it would be because it's Nexon.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I just checked the Steam page. There's nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, it says it says popular user-defined tags for this product free to play. Um, but I mean, it looks really cool. You can play it solo. You can play it with up to 4 friends. The graphics look really fucking cool. The characters look fucking neat. Um, so that's yeah. In the bio, it says free third-person cooperative. Um, so I mean, it looks really cool, and I'm super excited for it because I'm trying to get more into shooters. Um, and there's not many out there. Like, I've played Destiny. I thought that was okay. I played Warframe. I want to play more Warframe. Um, because I really enjoyed it, but this looks fucking awesome. So I'm excited.
The only thing that I have to say that isn't related to Smurf Village Party is I'm watching a gameplay demo in 4K 60 FPS. Which, wow, oh my god. But the top comment is Warframe 2 Destiny of Anthem looks great. And yeah, that's kind of what this looks like. It looks like Warframe 2 Destiny of Anthem.
You know, I ain't mad about it though.
No, yeah, I mean it. Yeah, on one hand, that's hilarious. On the second hand, out of two, um, it genuinely just kind of boils down to whether or not like the grind itself is particularly interesting or like worthwhile, or if the progression system feels like it's worth putting the time into. That was at least how I felt about Warframe, was that at least when I played, I personally felt like the progression system made sense, and it was like I wanted to farm and grind for stuff. So it depends really on if this if the looter shooter part of this, if grind the progression grind is like feels good. Hard to classify how something feels good, but that's just something that we'll have to see when this comes out. But I'm personally not really holding my breath, only because I feel like I've watched this 4K 60 FPS trailer like a billion times before in the past. But again, maybe that's just me being really salty about Smurf Village Party.
He's not gonna let it go.
No, he won't.
No, no, I won't.
But yeah, this looks like if you want to play like Destiny multiplayer, this looks like it'll give that a run for its money. Just watching gameplay, yeah, like I said, it looks like Destiny with to me a little bit of Gears of War. I don't know if anybody else sees that. Um,
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think if it's gonna be free to play, so I'm actually kind of scared of people saying free to play sometimes. But if it doesn't cost you anything, give it a chance. Just looking at the gameplay, I might give this a chance. I don't like shooters, but this looks kind of fun.
Honestly, like, I was never into shooters, and then I was like, holy shit, I should like try it, like a shooter on my PC, and I realized I am so much better at PC controls than I am at console controls when it comes to shooters.
Definitely, mouse and keyboard is superior to a controller.
So like, it's just. But I am excited. I hope for this one just because I feel like I would really enjoy it. And it's third person, and I really prefer third person games. Um, so, I'm looking forward to it. I have it on my wish list, and I am ready to download it as soon as it becomes available.
Yeah, but is that about a week from when we're recording this?
Next Tuesday. So, which is great because my college class ends on Friday, so I can binge it as much as I want.
Yeah, I normally don't play shooters unless there's multiplayer because I play with friends. That's the only time I'll ever play shooter. But if I can get some homies to play this, maybe I'm down.
I'm down. I'm down. We'll get Brennan even has to play it too.
I'll mod some Smurfs into this.
I'll only play this if I can make my character look a Smurf. If I can't Smurf him, then what's the point?
You know what? I say go for it, Brennan.
What is life without a Smurf?
Oh my god. Anyway, speaking about being a Smurf, I wonder what Smurfs think about being human. The next game we're going to talk about is Once Human. It's a open world survival and multiplayer game published and developed by Starry Studio. It's coming out on PC on July 9th.
Wait, can we go back to the Smurfs would never wonder what it's like to be human. Being a Smurf is peak performance. You understand that, right? Like, everybody wants to be a Smurf. Smurfs don't want to be human, right? Like,
Talk about the game.
how did you not? Did you miss that class?
Reddit!
Sorry. I mean, this ain't Smurf Village Party, but this looks kind of cool. Okay. Like, art-wise, it looks really cool. There's like a hint of like Pikmin? I never knew how to pronounce that. I hate Pikmin games, dude. I like the first time that I played a Pikmin game, I was probably like, I don't know, single digits, and I didn't realize that there was a timer. So when I got to the game over, I was like, fuck this game. I don't want to play this game anymore. And it just kind of sat on my shelf for like 12 years until I finally sold it and felt this like weird sense of relief getting like $3.42 back for this game that was like a billion years old that only taught me what anxiety meant. But anyway, that's besides the point. This actually looks fun though. This doesn't look like an anxiety-filled mess with little green and yellow and red and blue plants that can talk and walk and stuff. I don't think Pikmin can talk. Maybe they can. I don't know. They just make sounds.
I was supposed to say it just makes sounds.
Right, but this just looks like samurai Pikmin, but artistically super cool. Not that Pikmin isn't artistically cool, but this just there's something about this that it's almost like a ukiyo-y like painting or something. How it's all laid out, and I don't know. I like the whole day and night cycle. I think that's really cool. It's just an interesting kind of take on the standard tower defense genre. Um, and I'm always for games that look kind of weird and are out there and try to do its own thing, you know, like Smurf Village Party. But yeah, I kind of have high hopes for this one. I feel like this is going to be, if I had to guess, I feel like this is going to be one of those hidden gems. I don't have a feeling that this will review particularly high. I'm thinking like maybe high 70s, mid 80s, that kind of range. But I feel like the people that do like it will really like it. There's just something about this game that screams cult classic. Again, similar to Village Smurf Party, Village Smurf, Party Smurf Village. Smurf?
Oh my god.
Oh, I'm gonna go Smurf myself.
Fuck.
No, this looks cool. I like this.
Yeah. It's funny. I watched the release date trailer, and it's like super serious and all dark. And I was like, oh shit, this is gonna have some really crazy Last of Us vibes. And then I watched the gameplay trailer, and this just looks fun. Like, they show people growing plants and messing around with crocodiles, and there's even a part where they're relaxing in a bathtub, and I was kind of like, huh, this might be a unique take on the whole a post-apocalyptic kind of deal, because those games are usually super serious, so it'd be interesting to see a more comedic take on the end of the world.
Yeah, like it looks silly. Like in one of the trailers I saw, there was like a part of the ground has legs. And I'm just like, what? What the fuck is that? And there's a rocket launcher, and there's a massive machine gun, and you can make like portable housing. It looks insane.
I think I like this game because the main character guy kind of reminds me of a Smurf.
Oh my god.
God, that's why I like this. Yeah, he's wearing blue and like there's a little bit of, I think there's like a white tip on his helmet thing. Maybe not. I don't know. He just looks. Dude looks like he could be a Smurf. He looks like he's in the Smurfs and Smurfettes.
Yeah, can't be sexist.
No, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I I'm gonna name this episode Brennan and the Smurfs.
Nice. That sounds like a band name.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be Brennan's death metal band.
Yep. Brennan and the Smurfs. Starring Papa Smurf.
I was supposed to say Smurfette's gonna be the screamer.
I was gonna say you're obsessed with Papa Smurf.
Sorry, I'm sorry that he's objectively the best character in all of Smurf lore, okay? Sorry that Gilgamesh created him first. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. Someone needs to brush up on their Smurf lore, okay?
I think Brennan has a bit of a crush.
In a
Who
certain
doesn't?
light, yeah, Papa Smurf's got it going on. I don't know what to say.
I also have a Papa Smurf body pillow. That's a little
Do you
sticky.
really? Dude, did you get it from papasmurf.com?
No, this one I had was custom made on Etsy.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, I was going back and forth between papasmurf.com and gosmurfyourself.net. I really couldn't pick between the two. Did you also cut out another little pillow to make like a little arm so it felt like you were like he was riding you like a backpack late at night?
I used cardboard and I, wrapped it around in like cotton. That way it would be nice and strong, but also being soft. So it felt like I felt like I was in the arms of somebody who was strong yet gentle.
That's Papa Smurf to a T. God, that's so smart. God.
Yeah.
God, can I come over and can I, check out your Papa Smurf? Like,
Bruh, bring yours and we'll just have a Papa Smurf party.
oh my god, dude, we can both. Your my Papa Smurf can big spoon your Papa Smurf, who can big spoon you, who can big spoon me. It's like a Smurf train, and then we'll all wear funny hats and pants that don't fit, and take blue body paint and just paint each other silly until we just blew each other.
So you just blow each other?
I just blew myself. I don't know. I dropped some blue paint. Oh, I blew my load. Oh no. God, you could just Smurf me until I'm blue in the face.
That's the idea.
I'm deeply disturbed.
Oh my god. Oh, Monday blues, am I right? Blue Monday. Papa Smurf
We're
Blue
moving
Monday.
on. We're moving on.
No.
The next game we're going to talk about is called Kinitsugami Path of the Goddess. Mike picked this one. It's an action and strategy game developed and published by Capcom. It's coming out on PC, PS4, PS5, Xbox One, and Series S and X on the 19th.
So I like action games and I like strategy games. This is an action strategy game.
I'm so sorry. Really quick. The last game that we were talking, I thought we were talking about that game. That's why everything I said did not make any sense, and that's why the whole time I was like, "What the fuck are you people talking about?" Okay, I did that backwards. That's a genuine, honest mistake. Wow, I had a joke lined up for Once Human too. Because Once Human, Once Smurf. It's gone. It's gone forever.
Your head was in the Smurfs, bro.
It really was. Yeah. Okay, take everything I just said about the last game and apply that here, and I'm gonna shut up for the next 5 minutes and 23 seconds.
Yeah. But Brennan said, the strategy part looks interesting, and I just love the way the action looks. It's really smooth. It's flashy. Um, it's something I like about Devil May Cry, which was also done by Capcom. Is that nice flashy when you do cool stuff. You look like a total badass kind of deal. That's kind of what I get from this. Uh, Konami's really been doing good recently, so I really do have high hopes for this game because I want them to keep doing good, keep giving us games like this, and keep you know giving us a reason to play video games.
The art style looks pretty. That's all I really have to say.
Before, when I said it looks like a Ukiyo-e painting, that's what I meant. It looks like a painting almost. It's very like Okami-like almost. Not
Yeah,
really, but like kind of.
I get some Okami vibes too.
Yeah, I don't. Again, it's just it looks like a painting. I'll just keep saying it looks like a Ukiyo-e painting. It looks really cool.
Again, that was
thing.
Capcom.
God, sorry, I'm just losing my mind about the Smurf. Fuck.
Brennan, let's go back to Once Human so Brennan can talk about that for a little bit and give his opinions.
No. Once human, once a Smurf. I don't know. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. I looked at a list of like 3 games and I picked this at random, and I watched the trailer and I was like, this looks like every other post-apocalyptic game I've ever seen before in my entire life. I don't think that this is really gonna do a whole lot. Maybe I'm just being really cynical and just salty because of Smurf Party Adventure, but Party Village. What's it called?
Village Party.
Village Party, right? Yeah. Why do I keep forgetting the name of my favorite game? There's a lot of like cool elements here. Like it looks interesting, but I don't know. It also kind of looks like I've watched the same trailer before. It looks like this weird, like asset swapped Death Stranding with really janky third-person shooter controls. It just looks really kind of meh, to be honest. I'm feeling a soft 7 here, just like me.
What?
Yeah, I said it. Soft 7.
I don't fucking believe that for a second, but anyway.
Well, we ain't talking about Smurfs, so
Oh, trust me.
pretty soft. Yeah. Soft-hearted. Soft-hearted.
Oh my god. Okay. Anybody got anything else to say about the games coming up for July? This episode's a wreck.
None of them have Smurf in the title, so I don't care. When's the next Smurf game coming out, guys?
Fucking Reddit! Oh my god. Okay, so as a lot of you may or may not already know, there is no more E3, and because of that, a lot of developers and publishers have decided to do their own events. So we decided to pick some of our favorites that were announced. So we'll start off with Mike.
Okay. I picked Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. I love Power Rangers, and I love those old school, side-scrolling fighting games like Final Fight, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle one that came out in the 90s, the Scott Pilgrim game that came out a few years back. And, so it's really mixing 2 things I love, and it just looks great, it's flashy, it's got a lot of badass, scenes to it, like, when you get in the Megazord and everything. and it just looks interesting. It looks like a fast, high octane game that it takes a lot of inspiration from classic games from the '90s, while also having just a nice little bit of a more modern twist to it.
I like the mashup of different gameplay styles, like how it'll cut from, your kind of standard beat 'em up to almost like an on rails shooter, like when they're on there's like a roller coaster and bike section, and then I also think that the Megazoid, is it a Zord or a Zoid? I always forget.
It's a Zord.
Zord? What's a Zoid? Whatever. I think it's cool. I think I do kind of appreciate the retro kind of look, and the game just kind of oozes nostalgia. The first thing I thought of was the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Was it the movie? Was it the movie where they fight, where they all jump out of the plane, and then they fight the purple goop guys, and then they halfway through the movie they transform into like their new Mighty Morphin forms? Or is that completely different Power Rangers? I lost track of Power Rangers. Was that Mighty Morphin?
I don't know if that was the movie or not. It might have been the movie.
Oh my god, there's a purple goop guy. It was crazy back in the day. That was like, ooh, goopy. And I like the part where they jump out of the plane. That was great. Because the white Power Ranger had a snowboard, and for whatever reason, back in the day, I thought that was just the coolest shit of all time. I was like, oh my god, he's air snowboarding. Wow. And I like how halfway they can you guys tell how broken up I am about the Smurf thing?
Oh my god. Anyway, when I was looking this up, I honestly thought the retroness of it was super fucking cool. This honestly, like, I know that like Power Rangers are like still around, but I didn't think that they would be popular enough to like really warrant bringing a video game back for them. So I think this is really neat, and I hope that it does well.
I really think it's aimed for people like me who grew up with the Power Rangers in the '90s. Really hitting those like nostalgic, what do you call it, strings. At the same time, it's good for people my age who are having kids, who are growing up and being able to introduce them into, what was a big part of a lot of people's lives, 20, 30 years ago. Um, so I really think that this game's going to do a good job of that, because the older audience, they can relive their childhoods, and then the newer audience, they can just have a fun game to play, so.
Yeah, like I hope it does well.
Yeah, this game's cool and all, but I found the full Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie on YouTube, and I sent it in our little group chat, so we can watch that later and talk about it. You guys have to watch the scene where they jump out of the plane.
Oh my god. Anyway, the next game that we're going to talk about is called Perfect Dark. I was watching Dan's Gaming. He was broadcasting the Xbox. I don't remember what they called theirs, but he was broadcasting the Xbox broadcast, and this was on there, and I honestly have no clue what drew me to this, but I was like, holy shit, that looks badass. And it gave me sort of like Watch Dogs mixed with like Detroit Become Human vibes. And I was like, okay, that sounds badass. And there's and it gave me Watchdog vibes because it's like she's like crouching in a corner, and she like takes a phone call and like on her like little device, and she like tosses it somewhere, and it like mimics this person's voice to like distract somebody. And I was like, oh, okay, this is super fancy. So it just looks really neat. Apparently, it's based off of an older game by the same name.
I was about to say I remember playing the original Perfect Dark. That was for the I think the Nintendo
Nintendo
64.
64.
Yeah, okay, I had that right. Um, because yeah, that game, we want to talk about old. That was a couple decades ago.
20, 2000. I was
Yeah, so
5.
yeah, it made me feel so old. So this really, again, nostalgia. I played this with my friends on the Nintendo 64 back in the year 2000. Um, yeah, it looks pretty interesting.
I,
Kind of that single player shooter vibe, which could be entertaining.
it looks really neat, and apparently um they did do a re Sony, or not Sony, Xbox Game Studios published a remaster of this in 2010, and then also released that remaster for the Switch, and now they have it coming out again. Um, it looks so fucking neat, and the way that they're doing it now is just so. I don't. It just looks really fucking good. So I was like, okay, like this might not be a game that like I play just because it's first person and I am not a fan of first person shooters. Um but this looks cool. Like I will definitely watch this. I'm so intrigued by it, and I'm just curious about like all like the little tech tools and stuff that she has to utilize, because in the gameplay those were really neat. So I'm really curious about all those.
Yeah, I think this looks cool, but it ain't no Smurf Village Party.
Oh my god.
What would you do if the Smurfs made a surprise appearance in this game?
Best game, 10 out of 10.
I agree.
I never played the original. I've heard it's always been hailed as like a classic, akin to like GoldenEye 007 for the Nintendo 64. And I believe, I don't know if it was the same studio or some of the same people that had worked on both of them. I think. Don't quote me on that. So it's cool seeing this game reinvented in the modern light. Hopefully, they don't take any liberties like some other game studio reviving a 20-something-year-old video game that absolutely butchers the story at every conceivable turn while still looking really cool. Hopefully they don't do that. Hopefully they don't pull Square Enix with Final Fantasy VII. Sorry, had a I had a little toad in my throat. Um, where was I going with this? It's no Smurf Village Party though, so I don't really care.
Um, so this is being made with Crystal Dynamic and the Initiative was founded by a former studio head at Crystal Dynamics, and Crystal Dynamics has done Tomb Raider, the newer Tomb Raider games. They did Marvel's Avengers, and then they have a lot of older games that they've done as well.
Yeah, this is one of those games for a long time. People wanted some kind of sequel. So hopefully this game does come out good and people can enjoy Perfect Dark again, because this I don't know if people want a remake, but I know people wanted more Perfect Dark. So this is kind of an opportunity to be able to experience this game again.
Wait a minute. Hold on. I did some detective digging here. You mentioned Crystal Dynamics. Crystal Dynamics were the same people that made Gex in 1995 for PlayStation, Sega Saturn, and Windows. Do you guys think, and hear me out, do you think that Gex will be next?
It's a possibility.
I think it depends on how well this one does, but also if there's a calling for it.
I send them a letter every day.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like if this does well enough, maybe this is just a project to get enough money to work on a fully fledged spiritual successor / reimagining / remake / remaster / whatever re-smurfing of the original Gex, 1995's Gex. They also developed Gex 2, technically, colloquially is known as Gex Enter the Gecko, and they also developed Gex 3 Deep Cover Gecko in 1999. I mean, these are classics, absolute classics. So they cannot screw this up. There is no way they can screw this up. I mean, it's just it's the makers of Gex, guys. They can't. Come on. Gex is a cult classic. It was a hit.
I mean, you are very passionate about it, so I believe you.
Oh my god, they also published Slam and Jam 95 in, you guessed it, 1995.
Wait, what month?
I don't know. Wikipedia doesn't tell me these things. God, they also published The Horde, Star Control 2, Patank, Slam Jam 95, yeah, and Blazing Dragons, Pandemonium, and Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. I've never heard of any of these.
Yeah, depending on when. Oh, let's see. It came out in Japan in June, so I was 6 months old.
Oh my god, guys, they did Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour!
Brendan doesn't know any of these games he's spouting off right now.
We love that game. That game was the Smurf Village party of my childhood.
Anyway, the last the last announcement that we're going to talk about for the night is Brennan's pick, which is The Legend of Zelda: Echoes of Wisdom.
They made Zelda the main character.
Yeah, for once it's The Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, I think they really butchered the name here too. This should have been The Legend of Link. Or it should have been called The Legend, as this person in YouTube comments said. I'm not clever enough to come up with this, but somebody said they should have named it The Legend of Zelda: The Missing Link. That would have been great. Nintendo, what are you doing? Echoes of Wisdom? What kind of dumbass subtitle is that? Jesus. Oh God, yeah. You get to play Zelda. That's cool. That's cool.
Nintendo's really good at adding unique mechanics. I don't know how they do it. I mean, they're fucking doing this shit for 40 years.
I like the part where they stack 4 tables up on each other so Zelda can climb up the cliff. That was my favorite part.
Yeah, so it's like they always come up with some kind of, mechanic that that you're going to be utilizing through the whole game, and they always do a really good job of picking stuff that's fun to do. And that's what this game looks like, because you can memorize items and then be able to use them to traverse the land. So I'm looking forward to this game. It's more Zelda. I love Zelda, and like I said, it'd be nice to see what Nintendo's cooked up for this one.
Yeah, but it's I don't even have to finish my
sentence. It's no Smurf Village party.
Thank you. That deserves a round of applause. Edit that in. Movie magic, please.
You're the one editing this one.
Fuck. Oh, that's a mistake. You have made the gravest mistake of your entire life, my friend. Oh boy.
Oh wait, hold on. Just do the thing.
Just do the thing.
Where's it
what
at?
Thing? You want me to Smurf myself on camera? I can do that.
No, the thumbnail for this episode is gonna be a Smurf.
I just wanna fuck a dude. I just wanna fuck a dude. His tongue is so sticky.
What the hell was that?
The soundboard.
What the hell was that, Haley? What? We talked about this, okay? We talked about this.
Just replace for that song. Just replace "dude" with Smurf.
It literally is labeled Matt plus Bren.
We talked about this. We talked about this. We're not allowed to play these during the thing. We can't. We're not allowed to do that. That's our thing. We're not supposed to share that with the whole world. Okay? I want to fuck a dude song. That's our. It's so sticky like glue. That's our thing.
You just said it.
What? I didn't say. I'm whispering. They can't hear me. Only you can hear me when I do
Brennan,
that.
I'm recording.
Oh, right. Oh, this is a podcast. Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh God. Oh, my mom watches these. Oh no. Oh,
Just
Mom,
talk
I'm so
about the
sorry.
game.
I'm so sorry, Mom.
She's gonna be like, "Why is my son so into Smurfs or fucking dudes?"
Oh, guys, I didn't know this was the podcast. I thought this was the Mike and Brennan Power Hour on Monday. Oh man. Oh, sorry. I did it again. The whole Smurf thing really smurfed me up, guys.
Oh my god.
Life just ain't the same.
Okay. I'm putting an end to this episode because this is a fucking wreck. I want final thoughts that are Smurf related. You have 10 seconds.
I want all these games to feature Smurf mods.
I think I can. I think I've kind of outgrown my obsession with Smurf. I think I can leave that in the past. I don't think I have to Smurf myself before bed anymore. That was kind of excessive to do that for the past 28 years. Is really just embarrassing.
Who am I talking to? Who am I talking to, man? Come on now.
I woke up this morning and looked at myself in the mirror and I said, Brennan, what the Smurf are you doing, buddy?
We were gonna have a Smurf party, man. Come on, don't do this to me.
I don't know. Well, I'll just have to. Maybe if after I play some Drug Dealer Simulator 2 later, maybe I'll hit you up late at night.
Bro, I've already sent out the invites. I already got the blue paint.
God, wow, God, just slap my wiener and Smurf me silly. I guess we're back, baby. You can take a man out of the Smurf, but you can't take the Smurf out of a man. Am I right?
Anyway, give me final thoughts that have absolutely nothing to do with Smurfs.
Drug Dealer Simulator 2.
I don't have any thoughts that aren't related to Smurfs. The only legitimate thought that I have is, man, I don't know. Maybe it's just maybe I'm getting old. Maybe I'm just getting older. Maybe this mortal coil is kind of taking its toll on me. Maybe every day I wake up with a little less glimmer in my eye, but my childlike wonder being sucked into the stratosphere and my hopes and dreams crushed under the capitalist cog that is an office 9-to-5 job. But I don't know. There wasn't really anything that I was particularly hyped for. Like, yeah, sure, everything looks cool. Like, I'm excited for Zelda. I hope it does well. But I don't know. It felt really weird not having E3. And I feel like a piece of my childhood, is left there with the remnants, the ruins, the metaphorical ruins of E3. And there will always be a piece of me there just waiting for the next big reveal that'll never come. Just like Smurf Village Party 2.
Oh my god. I think the one thing that I was a bit disappointed about is, like, I look forward to E3 because it's everything in one place. So it's just, this, like, 2 or 3 day event, and they just, I think it might be longer than that, but like they just, it was announcement after announcement after announcement after announcement. And I just sat down, I watched it, and then I went about my day. I didn't have to keep up with every individual like state of play or broadcast or whatever and whatnot. And the thing about it is honestly, I didn't hear anything about them. Like, I think that was the thing that was most disappointing is like you would hear everybody talk about E3 and be like, "Oh yeah, are you doing this? Are you doing that? Are you excited to see this?" And I didn't even know like half the things that were either going to be announced. I didn't know when like the actual showcases were. Like I only caught the one because I wanted to watch Dan that day and he was streaming live on YouTube. So I think having E3 was great, and I can completely understand why everybody wants to do their own thing. But like if you're going to do your own thing, at least like market it so everybody is hyped for it and remembers about it, because like I said, I didn't even fucking remember.
Yeah, it was kind of difficult to keep track of all of the different events because everybody and their mother seemed to have an event this year, as opposed to, like you said, just having it all in this tight little compact schedule. It was something to look forward to. It was like it was a week of like a celebration, a community moment, but with everything kind of scattered, it didn't feel the same. It didn't feel the same. You know, you can you can just Smurf all day long, but it's not the same.
So, for example, um Jesus Lord. Um Sony had their state of play on May 30th. And then Gorilla did their own. Accessibility did a showcase. Summer Games Fest did one. Day of Devs did one. Devolver had one. Wholesome Direct had one. Future Game Showcase. Then Xbox. Then PC. Then Ubisoft. Then Nintendo. Like, you have all these people still putting out these events. Like, just. And a lot of these happened on the same day. Like, just. Ugh. I just. Mm, mm.
Life's just not the same after Smurf Village Party. I mean E3 after E3. Sorry.
I just. It was easy just to keep in one place. And I'm sort of upset that that's gone now because it was just easier before. But I'm happy to see that like the accessibility summer showcase, like I never thought that that would have been a thing. And that's great to see that that was something that was like brought to light and had its own stage and people paid attention to it. Um and then Wholesome Games is indie focused. And like that's super cute, and like Jeff Knightley hosted Summer Games Fest and like that's super cool. So like it's, but again, you could have taken all this, condensed it, tossed it into E3, been done with it. Also, Sony's State of Play was not that great.
It was not.
It was not.
I feel like none of the big three had anything particularly good. And again, I don't know if that's a symptom of, you know, slowly getting closer to the warm embrace of death, or the industry is just kind of stagnant. I don't know. Maybe we hit like maybe we finally become creatively bankrupt.
I very much think that we're sort of in this, like, I expect big things when summer comes around. and I am not seeing it right now. And that makes me sort of worried because I'm just like, okay, like, are they waiting until the end of the year? Like, is this gonna be a fucking like banger end of the year where everybody's just gonna sit on the really good shit and not say anything? And then end of the year happens and they're like, boom, here it is.
Yeah, I'm not really. I don't know. I'm not sure. Part of me wonders if I don't know. Part of me wonders. I think Nintendo. I think Nintendo probably is letting some. I mean, this is just pure speculation. This is pure fantasy land. I have no evidence to back this up at all. At all. Don't listen to me. But what I hope is that Nintendo's kind of holding stuff back in anticipation for their upcoming console. That's and stuff like Metroid is either going to be like a potential launch title for the new console or part of the lineup of a launch title. I'm not particularly sure, but even like Nintendo, who's normally known for their banger reveals. Yes, obviously Metroid Prime was fantastic. People have been waiting for that for far too long at this point. But I don't know. I'm still just waiting for something. So the only hope I have, the only thing that gets me out of bed every morning now is just hoping that Nintendo will inevitably put out bangers, but just they're waiting for their new console. Because if that's not the case, then I'm just gonna Smurf everywhere.
Is now not to make this any longer than what it already is, but Nintendo's new console, do you think it's going to just be another iteration of the Switch?
So, from what has been going around the rumor mill, it is going to be another Switch. There are obviously going to be upgrades, graphically. I've also heard that the Joy Cons will no longer slide into position, but will be attached by magnets. Um, but as far as everything else, from what I've heard, it's just going to be Switch 2 essentially.
All I want, all I want is 60 frames. I don't care about anything else. Just 60 frames. It's
Smurfs at 60 frames.
yeah. I need to play Smurf Village Party in 60 frames. That is a must. Okay, it's really difficult going from I don't know a PlayStation with SSD loading times that are faster than it takes for me to say Smurf Village Party or modern PCs nowadays, again with similar specs. It's just really hard to go from that to 720p screen at 30 FPS. It's just very difficult. As much as I love Nintendo and I think that they make great games, please just make your next console be 60 frames per second. Sacrifice everything else. I do not care. Gut the whole thing. Magnet, Joy Cons, whatever. Just make it 60 frames, please, for the love of God. So I can see my Smurfs in smooth, silky 60 frames per second.
Oh my god. Okay.
Oh.
Welp. Guys, let me just apologize because this episode has been nothing but Smurf filled, and I didn't expect it to go that way, but we are at the end of this episode for June and July 2024 with the pre-review crew. I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world, and we will catch you back here next time. Goodbye.
Uh,
I Smurf you.